Hi, everybody. Hopefully you've checked out the story about Frida Kahlo, the book that I read, and all the beautiful pictures of her artwork. Today, we're going to draw our own self-portrait, just like Frida Kahlo did. She drew herself over and over again to practice drawing because it was a way of telling how much she'd grown as an artist and as a human being, and because it helped express how she felt inside. We're drawing our self-portrait now because at the very beginning of the school year, on your very first day in the art room, we drew a self-portrait. And you're going to draw one now, our last assignment of the school year, so that we can compare how well you drew in the beginning and how awesomely you improved at the end. I'm super excited to be able to put those two drawings next to each other and see how much you've changed over the year. All right, so what you'll need to draw your self-portrait is a pencil with an eraser on the end or a separate eraser, and I have a fancy eraser. You don't need a fancy eraser. A piece of paper and something to color with. All right, now I'm ready to go. A self-portrait is when you draw yourself, and we're human beings. So we need to start out with what? Do you remember? We start out with the head, that's right. So I want to draw my head as far up on my paper as I am tall. I think it's easier to draw big, so I'm going to draw pretty tall on my paper and kind of big. I'm drawing lightly with my pencil because I know I might need to erase later. Then the next part we draw is our body. Do you remember the simple shape we start out for our body? Yep. You got it. It's a rectangle. Okay. So I've got my rectangle and I've got my circle for my head. Now it's time to think about my arms and legs. I have elbows and I have knees, so I need two shapes for my arms and two shapes for my legs. What shape do we use? That's right, a skinny rectangle. So I have to think about where my arms and legs are going. What am I doing in my artwork? It's a self-portrait, and I like to dance, so I'm going to be dancing. So one of my arms is going to go out, and maybe up too. So I have two skinny rectangles that go out and up, and maybe my other arm is going to go out at an angle with my skinny rectangle, and then maybe down, because I'm going woo! All right. And now if I'm dancing, I might want to have my legs go out too. So I'm going to have one of my legs go out at an angle with a skinny rectangle, and maybe come down and plant on the ground to keep me up. Then maybe my other leg, I'm dancing. Now that I have my body in the position that I'd like, I can start changing things that I don't particularly like. And because I drew really lightly with my pencil, it's really easy to erase those parts so that I can't see them very well. But if as you're erasing you can still see the pencil marks that you didn't want, don't worry, because we are going to be adding color. All right, now I need to think about what makes me look like me, because right now, this just looks like a regular human. Okay, well, I have kind of shoulder length hair, so I could make my hair sort of shoulder length. Something like that. And erase the parts I don't need. Something like that. I can make myself have a hand with 5 fingers. And maybe this hand is going to be curled up because I'm dancing, remember? Something like that. Ooh, I need to have some feet with some shoes maybe. And ooh, I love to wear skirts and dresses. So maybe I will cover up a little bit of my legs with a skirt. And I'm erasing the parts that I don't need. Okay, now I can make other details like my mouth and my nose and my eyes And then I can start to add my color. And that will help hide all of the lines that I erased before. I'm going to think about what color my skin is, what color my hair is, and what color clothes I like to wear. Because remember, this is a self-portrait, so it should look like me when I'm done. So I might add red for my dress because I love to wear red. And if you have crayons or colored pencils and you don't have the color you need, like my hair has a little bit of orangey red in the brown because I dye it, you can mix those colors together. So I'm going to make a little bit of light red here, and I'm going to mix it with brown to get my color of hair. Let's see how close I got. Ooh, you know what? I think my hair is darker than that, so I might need a darker brown. Or maybe even a black to very lightly go over top. Oh, that's better. That looks more like my hair. Let's see how close I got. It's pretty close. I bet I could do better. Ooh, this color. I'll just add another color. That's one of my favorite things to do, is mixing colors. So if you have colored crayons or colored pencils at your house, you can even mix colors to make it look even more like you. Remember to draw nice and big to fill your paper so that you have lots of space to make your details and make it look just like you. Once you're finished with your self-portrait, upload it to the Google Classroom and then think about, what are some other ways that we can make a self-portrait? Last summer, I took a class because teachers love to keep learning, and I learned how to make a self-portrait instead of as a drawing. I made mine as a sculpture. So you can decide what you would like to make your own self-portrait with as a sculpture or a collage by using other materials in your house. This is totally optional. You don't have to turn this into Google Classroom. But I included a recipe for salt dough so that you could sculpt like I did with my clay. You could use clay that you have at your house. You could use things from your recycling bin to make a self-portrait. Challenging yourself by using other materials to make a self-portrait is a fun way to extend your own skills and knowledge, and you could do it at any time during the summer or whenever you have a moment to make some art. Awesome! I can't wait to see what you make.